Kobe Bryant's Mamba mentality is flawed.
Hello? There's fucking 2 of these guys? Also, what the fuck are you talking about Kobe Bryant for? Just let the guy rest, god damn.
This idiot bodybuilder is doing the stupidest overhead press variation.
That's it.
He's literally just pressing the weight over his head. What the fuck are you talking about? I swear this guy and his brother literally have beef with everything in the gym community.
This stupid bodybuilder has the weakest overhead press.
Oh no.
He's lifting 3 fucking plates. What are you talking about? Alright everyone, welcome back. TikTok's dumbest gym influencer Mario Rios has a clone. I know you might think that this guy is the same person, but contrary to Mario Rios, today we're looking at a guy called Martin Rios, who posts some of the same opinions that Mario Rios does from my TikTok's dumbest gym influencer video. For those that haven't seen that video, essentially these 2 brothers have the opinion that if you're not training to be an athlete in the gym, that you're a stupid bodybuilder and don't know what you're doing. As an athlete that plays Australian rules football myself, I do see where they're coming from, but also I don't see why being a bodybuilder is such a bad thing if that's what you've chosen to do. But anyway, let's see if Martin Rios is any better than Mario Rios. Spoiler alert, he's fucking not.
This stupid bodybuilder tore his pec during a squat.
I tore my chest on the hack squat.
If this doesn't tell you that the leg machines are so stupid, I don't know what to tell you.
No, that doesn't tell me that leg machines are stupid. That just tells me that this guy was clearly pushing his hands against the handles too hard. You'll see it more throughout this video, but these guys pretty much think that the only way to train is using free weights and that machines are just stupid and there's no use for them. Which is fine for him if he wants to be a fighter, but again bro, not everyone wants to be a fighter.
This guy was pressing so hard into the handles that his pec tore, which shows how this leg machine is not functional at all. During a normal squat and any lower extremity movements in real life, you would never use your chest to stabilize. You'd be using your hip muscles, your core, and your back muscles to stabilize.
I don't know why this guy talks about real life like being in the gym isn't real life. The reason people use hack squat machines is because it's easier to target the muscle while you're doing it, which is clearly what bodybuilders want to do. If you're training to be an athlete and training your stabilizers, then fine, do normal squats, that's what I do. But again, not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone wants to be an athlete or a fighter, and I don't see why you have such an issue with that.
This fit chick has the personality of a lifting belt.
When you can't figure out why 205 pounds feels a little heavier today, and then...
Whoa, wait a minute! The lifting belt makes up the entire personality of so many bodybuilders these days. They take it with them everywhere they go and they use it for every single exercise.
Okay, I will say that this guy's half right here. If you're the type of person to use a lifting belt on every single exercise, like you literally take it with you to do tricep extensions, then yeah, I'll agree that's pretty fucking stupid. You clearly don't have enough stability in your back to be lifting weights if that's your situation. But the idea that using a lifting belt on squats somehow makes you weaker or that you're stupid for it is probably one of the most dumb things I've ever heard. My philosophy is that if you're about to lift doing a deadlift PR or you're about to do a squat PR with heavy weights, using a lifting belt makes it easier to engage your core and keep everything together, making it easier to 1. Prevent injury, and 2. Lift more weight. But if you're lifting lighter weights on those exercises and you're not going heavy or you're just doing anything else really, then yes, using a lifting belt is pretty dumb. But apart from that, I don't get these guys and their beef with lifting belts.
This delusional fit chick thinks she's strong. Bragging about your leg press strength is like bragging about your calves.
Alright bro, what the fuck are you talking about? How are you gonna compare leg press strength to the size of your fucking calves? Which is pretty much just genetic. I don't know how else to put this, but although a lot of people think that leg press is stupid, you're still pushing weight using your legs. And the more weight you can push on it, the stronger your legs are. It's not all genetic like the size of your calves. To say that leg press strength is irrelevant is just totally ignoring that someone is probably just stronger than you.
It's irrelevant. Any loser can sit their ass down on a leg press and do a bunch of weight. There's a reason why top strength and conditioning coaches use the squat as a test of lower extremity strength. Because unlike a lazy leg press, it shows true strength.
I mean, do they both not show strength? To put it simply, I'm pretty sure someone that can squat more than someone else could probably also leg press more than that same person. I will say that leg press is easier, don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously it's going to be easier than a squat. Some people can leg press a ton of weight, but then can only squat like 50 kilos. But that doesn't mean that their legs are weak, that just means that they're not very stable. Doesn't mean that one of of them's better than the other, it's just personal choice.
Why would you do it behind the neck press when, I don't know, you can press in front of your freaking base? No, this is a very unrealistic movement, but you put your cervical spine in an awkward position, and you're far weaker in this position than a standard overhead press.
Okay, this is just stupid, bro. Again, I'm gonna inject myself in here because as someone that is an athlete similar to an American footballer, I've probably got a better take than most bodybuilders. I do a standing overhead press, I do the normal version in front of my face, and I'd also do the one behind my head. The reason I do the one behind my head is to increase the stability of my shoulders. It isn't to lift as much weight as I possibly can. Obviously, you're gonna be weaker when the bar is behind your neck, but the point of that exercise for most people, including myself, isn't to just be pressing as much weight as possible. I can maybe lift 40 kilos when doing a behind the neck press on a good day. But for me, it's been a great way to keep my shoulders stabilized in check before a massive chest day, or before an arm day, or before anything really. So to count it out completely because you can't lift as much weight is probably the most stupid and hypocritical thing coming from you, Martin. Because you just told people to stop doing leg press even though you can lift more on that than a back squat, because the squat helps you to become more stable. It's just the hypocrisy from things like that that really get me with these two.
Powerlifters are trash athletes. Imagine your whole life revolves around being strong in the gym just for it to be irrelevant in real life. While being able to generate a lot of force is important, you don't have 20 fucking minutes to generate force in a game.
Wow, Martin, it's almost like powerlifters don't play fucking sports. Again, I've said this so many times, but it's so clear that powerlifters have one goal in mind for this training. It's to make sure that they can generate as much force as possible and so they can lift as much weight as possible. I don't get this rhetoric from both the bodybuilder side and the athlete side. I'm not even picking sides here. I see so many bodybuilders go at athletes for doing exercises that aren't optimal for building muscle, and then I'll see a ton of athletes have a go at bodybuilders like we're seeing here for doing exercises that aren't optimal for athletic performance. Like, no shit, dumbass, you guys aren't gonna be training the same when you're training for different things. You're never gonna see a bodybuilder doing plyometrics training because he's not trying to play basketball and jump as high as possible, is he? This is me coming from the athlete side here. You might think I should be agreeing with Martin Rios here, but I don't get why we can't just live and let live. Why can't we accept the fact that some people train certain ways for their goals and some people train other ways for theirs? It seems like common sense, right? But for some reason it's not common sense for people like Martin and Mario Rios.
Sport movements occur too fast to produce maximal force, which is why developing power is so important, as there's a speed component. This can be improved through explosive reps and plyometrics.
Again, that's cool, and plyometric movements sure as hell help us athletes. I do them as well, but for bodybuilders and powerlifters, it's just unnecessary.
This stupid optimal bodybuilder skips forearm day. At this point, this dude brings lifting straps to the airport so he can get his bag out of the baggage claim. If you have to wear lifting straps to engage your back well, that just means you suck at engaging your back and it's not your grip's fault.
Yeah, I just have to disagree. I use lifting straps on back day, and the moment I started using them, I saw huge development in the strength in my back. And now, whenever I don't use straps, I can lift more weight than when I wasn't training with straps at all. You can still hit your forearms by doing specific exercises for them, like wrist curls, but if you're trying to hit back rows and your forearms are the thing stopping you from going to failure, then why the fuck would you not use straps to get more out of your back? It just doesn't make sense.
Wearing lifting straps for your back day just widens the gap between your grip strength and your back strength in return for 0.001% more muscle mass.
Yeah, it's just not 0.001% more muscles. It's so much more than that, but of course this guy's gonna over dramatize it to make it look like bodybuilders are stupid. But anyway, I'm done with this guy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Click the video on screen right now because YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you all over there. Subscribe.